Once the Eternal Empire waged war on the galaxy, both the Republic and Sith Empire were united under the Eternal Alliance, a military organization formed by an individual named the Outlander. During a period of the Old Republic, this alliance was initially a resistance movement against the Eternal Empire and its Emperor, Arkin, and later Empress Valen. This new alliance between the Republic and Sith created some unique relationships that normally would have been highly unlikely, such as the unique friendship between a Jedi by the name of Randel Darvis and Nephos Zervin, a Sith pureblood. Randel Darvis was a Jedi Guardian and Ace that lived during the time of the Great War between the resurgent Sith Empire and Galactic Republic. The story focused on in this video takes place during an interlude in that war, when a new faction, the Eternal Empire of Zakuul, emerged from wild space to subjugate the galaxy for a period of 7 years. Randel originally fought against the new enemy alongside his master and the rest of the Jedi Order, but was left drifting when the Order broke beneath Zakuul's golden boot. This lasted until word reached Randel of an unprecedented victory scored against Zakuul at a little-known Shadowport. Hope reignited, and Randel set off to join the fledgling Outlander Alliance. At the Alliance's headquarters on Odessen, Randel joined a Force enclave led by Voss mystic Sana Rey. The presence of both Jedi and Sith came as a cultural shock to Randel, and yet he couldn't help but feel curious when approached by Nephos Zervin. He had fought the Sith for years, but this was the first time when he held palaver with one. Their relationship deepened when they were dispatched on missions together. Nephos proved the polar opposite of Randel's preconceived idea of a Sith. He was thoughtful, patient, and polite, but also decisive and ruthless when a situation called for it. They bickered on missions when their methods clashed, but soon developed a level of flexibility. In fact, trying to corrupt or redeem each other became a mutual joke, a game through which their respective convictions were tested. Eventually, the Alliance was successful in overthrowing Zakuul. Ironically, the victory they had fought to obtain spelled an end to their friendship. With Zakuul defeated, the purpose of the Outlander Alliance became obsolete in the eyes of some, causing divisions to rise between Imperials and Republic troops that had come together on Odessen. But this split was not immediate. It happened during a mission to the planet Trandosha. Randel and Nephos flew an Biding Minok squadron. Their mission was to intercept a transfer of battle droids between two Sith Lords. Like numerous times before, Randel took point in his starfighter, while Nephos covered his rear. Only this time, Nephos blasted him out of the sky. Randel's ejector jammed, trapping him within the burning ship as it crashed. He awoke months later on the workbench of a female Sith named Lord Artofen, the Sith whose shipment Biding Minok squadron intercepted. She had retrieved and rebuilt Randel with the express purpose of sending him after Nephos. She counted on Randel's lust for revenge to guide his hand against his former friend. She was not far off. Randel was now confined to a mobile life support suit. His limbs and eyes were replaced by cybernetic prosthetics. Perhaps worse, his connection to the living force had been reduced because less of him was alive. All because of Nephos, his friend. Equipped with a ship and a new lightsaber, the newly awakened cyborg ventured back into the galaxy, unsure of his own intentions. Randel's search carried him through numerous adventures, some of which forced him to face his despair and own up to his Jedi ideals. And yet he still struggled with the need for answers, to know why his friend had turned on him. He eventually came face to face with Nephos on Rinkara, an old Zakuulian colony world with an abandoned Skytrooper factory. Randel was stuck on a branch in a massive tree when Nephos' fighter flew up next to him. They saw each other through the fighter's canopy. It was a clear shot, only instead of taking it, Nephos emerged from his fighter, looking startled. He demanded to know what had happened to Randel and why he was wearing that suit. Despite having felt an instant spark of rage upon seeing the betrayer that caused him such suffering, the confusion on Nephos' expression caused Randel to hesitate. When they spoke, Randel revealed the extent of his injuries to Nephos, and Nephos shamefully proclaimed he had only meant to disable Randel's fighter, that he was supposed to eject. It was through this confrontation, by seeing the sorrow on Nephos' face In listening to his reasoning, that Randel discovered he couldn't hate the man. Surprised but pleased, the cyborg welcomed the revelation. They parted without drawing blades. Randel returned to Tython, where the Jedi Order had started rebuilding. His ideals had been tested but held, and while he might have lost much, he was a better Jedi for the experience. You can check out the creators featured in this video in the description down below, as well as submission details. Since Fanon material isn't official Star Wars lore, characters and stories are all subject to change in future updates. That'll be all, and I'll see you on the next one.